Mm, 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 mm. Sorry, y'all. Just making sure everything is set before we start with today's episode. Hold on, y'all. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. Okay. Mm, mm, mm. Okay, we're good. All right. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? It's your boy. It's tais.worldtv. How are you guys doing on this wonderful Sunday? Hope you guys are doing well. It's crazy. We're in July. It's the second day of July. It's crazy. Like, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because when you're an adult, time moves faster. Because when you're a kid, time moves a lot slower. It's like you couldn't wait until Saturday came or Friday came because you know that's when the weekend was coming. Nowadays it's like Friday comes, you sleep on Friday night, wake up Monday morning. It's insane. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's an adult thing. I don't know what the problem is, but somebody got to figure this out. Get on it, somebody. But nah, what's going on, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. We're gonna be talking about a lot today because a lot of news came out this past week, and I think last week, a little bit of last week too. But I just want to catch up also as well. But it's a lot of news coming out this week, especially we got our new Superman and Lois out here for the reboot, Superman Legacy. So we're going to talk about that and other DC and Marvel stuff too. Before I do that, please support me. Smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, smash the notification bell, leave a comment down below. So, share the video as well. And since we're on live, come through, talk to me, say what's up. If you can, if you can't, it's cool. Go in the comments. Let us know what you think about what we're gonna be talking about here and all the news and stuff. Now, my boy is not here today. He's taking a rest. He's been doing a lot. He got a lot of adulting to do. You know what I'm saying? So he's taking a rest today. You're only dealing with your boy today, all right? Tiles Rose TV. Okay? All right. So enough of that. Enough of that. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Superman Legacy. For those of you that don't know, James Gunn and Peter Safran have a reboot coming for the next DC line of movies. Okay, it's their own DC studios. They're getting everything together. These are going to basically be the Kevin Feige of the DC movieverse, if you will. And like I said, this is a reboot. So we're starting off with Blue Beetle, right? But I think the most important movie is going to be Superman Legacy. More important than The Brave and the Bold, which is going to be a Batman movie. So Superman Legacy got its two new lead actors. David, I hope I say his name right. David Corset is going to be our new Superman Clark Kent slash Superman Clark slash Clark Kent. I'm sorry. And Rachel Bronzahand is going to be our new Lois Lane. Now, I am not familiar with these actors. I'm not even going to hold you guys. I haven't seen them in anything that I watch. I don't know, but I've looked at their pictures and they look, they look the part. You know what I'm saying? Especially the guy that's playing Superman. I'm sure if he bulks up a little bit, he'll be fine. But that's the thing. We don't even know if we're gonna get a bulked up Superman. I don't know if we're gonna get a bulked up Superman or we're gonna get a Christopher Reeves type Superman because we haven't really had that. We haven't really had a Christopher Reeves built like Superman. Now he wasn't like skinny. He actually did put on a little bit of muscle for his movies, but after Reeves, we really had big muscle Superman like Brandon Routh, especially Henry Cavill. Even Tyler Hoechlin from Superman and Lois. Great, great, great show. Great show. One of the best CW shows out there after the Crisis stuff from the CW. And we're gonna get into that too. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. But aside from that, and then Cavill, our beloved Cavill, Henry Cavill. So I don't know what kind of Superman we're gonna get. That's the thing. However, they do look the part. I will say that, and I'm sure with Mr. Cornswet, uh, folks up. I'm sure if they're gonna go that route, I'm sure that's. However, the casting was one part of it. The other part of it is also, how can I say this? Because this is the first time we've ever had this kind of like thing with Superman where people are very, very divisive about how about David being Superman, and that's because everybody wanted Cavill to come back as Superman. Now, even though people are mixed and matched about Superman itself, I mean Henry Cavill's Superman, because you got some people that really love his Superman but hate his direction in the Snyderverse. And then you got some of them that love Cavill, but loved the direction that they had in the Snyderverse. So it's opposite, but it's the same at the same time. So this is the first time that I recollect that I ever really saw people really like, nah, we don't want him, or basically like being very apprehensive about this casting. This usually happens with Batman. Usually with Batman, people always got stuff to say about Batman, and then when they actually see the actor play it, then they're like, "Okay, I'm convinced. I'm gonna shut up. It's the best Batman we ever had." Fans are just all over the place. And speaking as a true Batman fan, I am not the same. I'm usually all right. We'll wait till we'll see what happens. Let me see him in the movie before I make my judgment. For example, like what's his name? Like Patterson for the Batman. He was the only one I was like, I can't see him playing Batman. I can't. I can't. But I saw him in Tenet. And then I was like, oh, okay. Okay. Let's see what happens. And he played one of the best Batman, bro. Honestly. He really played one of the best Batmans out here. It's crazy. So, like I said, it just really depends. Sorry, guys. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Okay. So, like I said, it really just depends. Sorry, guys. So, yeah. So, it really just depends on the actor itself. It just depends. Now, like I said, this is the first time I've ever really heard a little bit of negative backlash towards the casting. Um, and that's my point that I'm trying to make. This movie is going to be very important in the DC lineup, honestly. Batman and Superman's movie is going to be very important. Very, 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 very important because they had a Batman and Superman movie with them together and it failed. Now, it made money, yes, but that movie BBS should have made $1 billion without a problem. Shit, it should have been one of the most financially successful movies of all time, comic book wise, because you got Batman and you got Superman in the same damn movie. Okay, that should have, yo, that should have been again a quick $1 billion movie right there. Okay, and that's why this is so important. It's also important with how you're going to do these characters going forward, both Batman and Superman, because the reception of both of these characters were not great. People was not feeling this at all. At all. Okay? This is why this is so important. So that's why this is so important for this movie to do well, and Batman as well. But most importantly, this. Because this is going to be your Superman for the next 10 years. And everybody loves Cavill, too. So the fact that you're replacing Cavill for good, and the fact that He's going to be a next Superman for the 10 years. This has to be great. I'm sorry, but it has to be great. It can't even be good. It has to be great. And that's the problem right now, because DC has been giving us nothing but, how can I say this? DC, even though I enjoyed a lot of the movies from the Snyderverse, especially Man of Steel, one of the most, for a masterpiece in my opinion. Even though we got that, DC has not had a stellar record making great movies. In the DCEU, I'm saying it is what it is, you know. So that's why this reboot was necessary, to correct that, and hopefully we can get a cohesive universe where we can do this, where it's going to be done well. You know what I'm saying? And I also wanted to bring this up too. So a fan asked James Gunn, when are they going to cast the next Batman? Like, where are you at that process? I think it was on Twitter or Instagram or something like that. And James Gunn says we're miles and miles away from that. So I'm glad they're doing this. I'm glad James Gunn is taking his time, because, again, not only with Superman, Batman is very important. Not the most important right now, because you got Superman Legacy coming up. But this is going to be I think that's one of the major movies that's going to be coming out with Superman, period. Oh, yeah. So this is going to be important as well. Batman, the way you're going to do Batman is very important, because, like I said, not every, I want to say, I can't even really say divisive. A lot of the movies from the Snyderverse, a majority of people hate it. It is what it is. They did not like the way Affleck's Batman was told, even though, and this annoys me, even though other Batmans have killed in the movies, but everybody want to focus on him. Okay, whatever. Even if that's the case, even if that's the case, Batman, nobody really, a majority of people did not like the way they did Batman. It's Snyderverse. So Batman, the way you do Batman and Superman is going to be very important. How if this reboot is going to be very successful. It really depends. And honestly, DC really needs a couple of wins, because, as we saw in the Flash was a dud. It failed on delivery, and it has and I think a lot of that happened too. I don't even Let's say the Ezra stuff. We're gonna keep the Ezra stuff too. DC already has a stain from being like the worst comic book studio to come out with movies right now, and that's what the general public thinks. You know what I'm saying? Even nerds like me, nerds like us, think the same thing. So DC has a really tough battle going upward. You know what I mean? So that's why these things are very, 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 very important. You know what I mean? So, I hope this does well. I hope, I really, really hope it does very well. And we just have to see going forward. That's really all we can do. All right, what's next? Okay, now I'm very excited about this too. Doomsday returns to the CW. Yes, Doomsday, the entity that got rid of or killed Superman, is back in the TV. Okay, I believe the last time we saw Doomsday, the last time I saw him, I should say, in live action was BVS, and they did not do a good job. I like that movie. I don't like it. I don't love it like I love Man of Steel, but I do like that movie a lot though. I just don't like Doom. I don't like what they did with Doomsday, or they tried to do with Doomsday. No. And then Smallville, which was also horrible. That upset me to no end. Like, how are you gonna sit here and hype Doomsday for a whole damn season, and we only see 2 minutes of fighting Clark? Like, that's no, it's stupid. Now I get it's a TV show. I get it. The budget crazy. It don't matter. I mean, you shouldn't have done it. Period. Anyway, Anyway, so so Doomsday has returned to the CW as of course the villain in Superman and Lois, the season finale. Now I haven't seen the finale. I am laughably what's the word? I am backed up. So I think I'm 5 episodes behind. But I am going to catch up with it as soon as I can. So I'm going to see it in full context. Now, I only saw a picture of it, and from the picture I saw, it looked kind of dope. I'm not even going to hold you. The Superman and Lois budget, I mean, the CGI over there has been insane. The thing that they've been able to do is crazy. And we see now. I see why, or we see why the regular cast were let go. I think it was General Lane, uh, Lana Lang's family, the Irons family, and I think Chrissy. I think all of them got let go. And I see why. Because if you're doing Doomsday, there were probably, I don't know what, again, I haven't seen the show. I haven't seen the ending. I haven't seen the season finale. So I don't know if he's still walking around or not. But let's say that he is. If he's returning to the next season, I see why you did what you did. Because we're gonna get Doomsday next. And I believe I said that in the last episode. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's up right now. Go check it out. Uh, and I said this last week in the live too. If they're doing that, then that means we're gonna get other players in here aside, maybe Doomsday or aside from Doomsday, like Mongol or Brainiac or something like that. And I can see why you cut the people because of that. You got to save the budget. So I definitely understand. Definitely understand. And if that's the case, that's going to be so awesome. Because Superman and Lois has been able to maintain this level of quality. Great, like great acting, great stories, uh, and the effects have been crazy. Like seeing Superman do the shit that he's doing, like this is stuff that you would see in the movies, and they're doing it a little bit better in the movies than they're doing in the show. I mean, they're doing it better than the shows than they do it in the movies. It's crazy. So I'm glad that Doomsday is back, and I trust I trust him. After 2 seasons of giving me greatness, well, to me, season one was greater than season two, but still, and I do like this current season that we're in now, even though I'm behind. But still, I'm really digging this season two, and I trust the Superman and Lois people. I trust the writers. I trust them with Doomsday. So I'm sure they're gonna do just fine. So I ain't even worried about that. But like I said, I am very excited because we haven't had Doomsday in a long time. Now I know he showed up in the show Krypton. That was only for 2 seasons, but I never saw Krypton, so I can't really say much about that. But still, I'm hyped. We got Doomsday. I'm hyped. He's fighting Superman. Now, I miss him. He needs to come back in a big way, bro. Bring him back in the movies too. In Superman Legacy, if you want to bring him back for Superman Legacy 2, please. I need this. Give it to me. Please. But yeah, we're gonna see what happens with that. So yeah. Okay. Oh, real quick. Just wanted to give rest in peace to actor Julian Sands. He's been active for a very long time. And he's been in a lot of stuff. I know my first viewing of him was in Charmed. I forgot one of the episodes, but I know he was in the original Charmed, not the new one, the original. And he was also in Smallville. He played Jarrell uh in season 9. Nah, I think it was season 9. I think it was season 9. And so he passed away, unfortunately. And I just wanted to give my condolences and give a quick RIP to Mr. Sands. I hope you rest in peace, sir. And thank you for your contribution and things of that nature. So, yeah. All right. Enough of that. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. I wanted to get that out the way because I had to do that. So, all right, y'all. So let's get to Marvel. Let's get to the Marvel side real quick. Real quick, Adam Driver and Margot Robbie are no longer in talks to play in Fantastic Four. Um, I love them both as actors. I just don't see them as Mr. Fantastic and Sue Storm. I mean, honest with you. Now, it's not that I don't think they would do a good job. It's just I just can't see them as that. So maybe this was for the best. And again, I'm not really a big Fantastic Four fan, but I will go and see the movies. You know what I mean? And mind you, this is important too. Just like the Batman and the Superman casting for DC side, this is also important because we got like what, 2 movies now? 2 movies. I mean, we got a whole bunch of movies from Fantastic Four that have kind of been done for a majority of it. The first Fantastic Four is my favorite. I don't care what nobody say. F4, Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer had its moments, but I did like that. The Galactus cloud fart thing. No, we not. we, no. Oh no. Sorry about that, guy. Hell no. I did not see Josh Trank's Fantastic Four, but I heard it was horrible. So yeah. So they're batting 1-0 at this point. You know what I mean? So we gonna need a win out here for Fantastic Four. So I hope we get some good talent. It is gonna be in the MCU, so I trust the MCU even in this state that they're in right now. Let's just say that I'm still cool with. I'm still hopeful that they'll do the Fantastic Four just right. But they need to get their stuff together too, because they looking like some DC type stuff right now. It's crazy. Um. All right. So I wanted to talk about this too, because this is crazy. Let's talk about Secret Invasion real quick. This came out last week, and I wanted to get my thoughts on it this week. So, Secret Invasion has the lowest viewership for MCU shows on Disney. Now, let me forward y'all to what I'm talking about real quick. Y'all give me 1 second. Because I want to pull up the actual numbers before I say anything on it. So let's go to that real quick. Okay. Okay. Hopefully everybody can see. All right. So if you look on here, these are the numbers for the viewers for the MCU shows that have been out so far. So Loki is at the top with 2.5 million. Great show. Love that show. Moon Knight has come in at 1.8 million, which is crazy. I really did like Moon Knight. I just wish they would have did certain things a little bit better. Oh wait, hold up. I'm sorry, y'all can't even see it. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, hold on a second, guys. All right, there we go. I think we're good. So I'm sorry, Loki, 2.58 million. Moon Knight, 1.8 million. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, 1.8 million. WandaVision, 1.6 million. Hawkeye, 1.5 million. She-Hulk, 1.5 million. So even though people hated She-Hulk, it still got 1.5 million. So that's still in the millions. So that's still a lot. She-Hulk. I'm sorry, lie. And then we get to Secret Invasion. 994K views. Sorry. And then we got Miss Marvel for the last as 77.5K. Okay, now Miss Marvel makes sense because that's an unknown character. Nobody really knows about Miss Marvel like that. So that's why that's really not a. So I get why the numbers like. Oh, bad. My bad. So yeah, so I get why the numbers are like that. However, sorry. However, Secret Invasion just came out. It's supposed to be an event film. It should not be this low. Okay. Now I have a theory as to why it might be low. So let's go through. Number one, the Majors case. So as you know, Jonathan Majors right now is going through it with the sorry, he's going through it right now with his allegations against his ex-girlfriend. Now, I'm not gonna say what's going on because I really didn't want to get into it, to be honest with you, without my boy Buggy here, but we'll save that for another day. So Majors is going through that, and as you know, he is playing Kang in the Marvel Universe. He has a big role. He is, I want to say, the Thanos of Phase 5 right now. He is the major player, the main villain for this whole phase. Okay? So he has a big role in this. And he already introduced himself as Kang, or He Who Remains in Loki, and then now as an Ant-Man, Quantumania. So people are maybe slowly but surely boycotting the Marvelverse right now. Kind of like how they're doing with the Ezra situation right now. It's very possible that that's what's going on right now. Okay. Uh, Another thing, Marvel's been putting out too much stuff. Oh yeah, I wanted to show that too. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all that real quick. So here's the thing. Back in the day, Marvel only really showed a couple of like maybe 1 to 2 movies before we got to where we are now. So it may be just a little bit of saturation real quick. So let me go show this real quick. Okay. Okay. So let's look at the Infinity Saga. Iron Man was the first movie. And during that phase, the first phase, so that's from 2008 to 2000 to 2012. I hope you guys can see. Iron Man started at 2008. The Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton started at June 13th, 2008. Iron Man 2 in 2010. No Marvel movies after that. Thor, 2011. And Captain America in the same year. The year after that, the first Avengers came out. Right? So that's phase 1. Phase 2. Iron Man 3 was the first movie, 2013. Thor the Dark World, 2013. No movies after that. The Winter Soldier, 2014. Guardians, first Guardians, 2014. No movies. 2 movies in 2015. Avengers Age of Ultron and Ant-Man. Now phase 3. Phase 3. 2016, Civil War. Doctor Strange for 2016. No movies after that. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Sorry. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. In 2017, Spider-Man Homecoming in 2017. No other movies. Black Panther, 2018. Infinity War, right after that, 2018. And then you have Ant-Man and the Wasp, July 6th. So from phase 1 to phase 2, only 1 to 2 movies. Phase 3 had 3 movies come out at the same time. That's when they started doing it. So we have Infinity War 2018, and then Ant-Man and the Wasp 2018, and then Captain Marvel 2019, Avengers Endgame 2019, and then the End It All, Far From Home 2019. Okay, so when you get to phase 3 through the later half, that's when they started doing 3 movies in one year. Okay, now the multiverse saga, that's phase 4. So we got Black Widow 21, Shang-Chi 2021, Eternals 2021, Spider-Man No Way Home 2021, Doctor Strange 2021. So that's 4 movies in one damn. That's 4 movies in one year. Not only that, we also had. I thought they would add the shows. It's crazy that they didn't add the shows, but that's the thing. You also got the shows with that as well. So this is what I'm saying. It's been an oversaturation of the movies. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I think that's the problem. I think the problem is Oh, sorry guys. And that's the problem. I think the problem is people are just getting tired of Marvel movies now. There's been an oversaturation of these characters. I mean, of the movies. We used to listen. We used to have 1 to 2 movies for the first 2 phases of Marvel, and only when we got to really the later half of the third phase, that's when we started to get like 3 movies in a year. However, they had to kind of go with Infinity War. Infinity War was a big thing, so I get why they did that. It made sense. But now I think they need to limit their movies. They need to limit it. They have to. Because if they don't, this is what's gonna keep happening. You know? Alright. Another thing I have. Secret Invasion is a different tone from the others. It from the other shows and movies. It's a slow burn, if you will. And people may not just be, too hot on that. You know what I'm saying? They may think that this is only like really like spy stuff, espionage stuff, not a lot of action. Because some people don't really like the slow burn espionage type movies. Some people don't. Here's what it is. And the last point I'm gonna make here, Secret Invasion is not the same story from the comics. Okay. And I believe that's the problem too, because in the story we got all of the Avengers damn near. In the book, everybody was involved. Avengers, small time heroes, it concerned everybody. Okay. However, now we don't even have an Avengers now. Stark is gone. Cap chilling, being old. Thor is up in space having the worst trilogy movies of all time. Comic book trilogy movies of all time. I'm sorry. We also have what else do we have? Black Widow's gone. Hawkeye is training Kate Bishop at this point. But he's ready to come back or whatever. Um Captain Marvel's dealing with the Marvel stuff right now. And she was in space too. Uh so yeah, I mean, the only one that's really on Earth that I know of is Tony. I mean, Rhodes. And he's in Secret Invasion, but we don't even know if he's going to be in the suit or not. And I feel like that's the problem. I feel like people miss the Avengers. It's been too long. We haven't had the event. We haven't had an Avengers movie since Endgame. And Endgame. Hold on. Let me see real quick when Endgame came out real quick. Endgame came out in 2019 before the pandemic. So we went 21, 2, 3. So yeah. So we went 4 years without an Avengers. And I think that's the problem. I think people are missing the fact that sorry. Yeah, and that's the problem. I feel like people are missing the Avengers. I feel like, people want to have the Avengers back. You know what I mean? Now you're not gonna get the roster, the OG roster, because they're slowly moving out all the old guard. Now, if you've seen Secret Invasion, you'll know what I'm talking about. So they're moving out the old guard and bringing in the new. So we are gonna get, and of course we are gonna get Avengers, but of course, well, I don't know if you guys heard. Now it's gotten delayed, unfortunately. So now that it's delayed, now it's just like, okay, well, what happens next? And people just miss, they just miss the Avengers. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I feel like from now on, I feel like they need to limit their movies and the TV shows. Now, if you want to do one movie and one TV show throughout the year, that's fine. But I think them Marvel putting every movie, like putting multiple movies out with the shows, that hurt them. That hurt them a lot. That hurt them a lot. So I think they need to stop doing that. And when they stop doing that, I think they'll see more of a return. But also, they need to get their stuff together in house because they have been messing up. They've been messing up for the past couple of years. I'm not even gonna hold you. Past couple of movies we've been getting, aside from Far From Home, and dang, actually I gotta look. I'm sorry. Damn, I think I took it off. Okay. Aside from Far From Home There ain't really been a Marvel movie that I'm sorry, Guardians 2. Aside from that, Guardians, there ain't really been a Marvel movie in the MCU that I was really like, yo, this was awesome. I haven't been feeling that way since Endgame and Infinity War, and that's the problem. They need to get back to that, okay? All right, y'all. So you know what? That is the end of the news that I have for today. And with that, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you didn't get to come through, it's okay. Just comment down below. What did you think about this? What do you think about the news that we're told? Do you believe in what I'm saying? Do you not? Do you agree or disagree? Let me know. All right. All right, y'all. We're getting out of here.